Picture this: you're going through life, working toward your goals, and everything seems to be falling into place until one day, life hits you hard with something you didn't see coming. We've all had that moment when we realize things aren't as easy or fair as we thought. What if I told you there are 15 tough truths most people avoid, truths that could be keeping you stuck? In the next few minutes, we're going to break down these uncomfortable truths that no one really talks about, but everyone needs to hear. Once you understand them, it could completely change how you look at life, your relationships, and your future. This might be tough to hear, but stick with me because facing the truth can seriously set you free. Life is full of uncomfortable truths, realities that we often prefer to ignore or sugarcoat. Facing them can be difficult, but it's necessary for personal growth, self-awareness, and leading a more authentic life. Below are 15 brutal truths that people often shy away from, but coming to terms with them can set us free. 1. Life isn't fair, and it never will be. From a young age, we're often told that hard work and good behavior will lead to success and happiness. However, life doesn't always reward people based on effort or merit. Some people work tirelessly their whole lives and never achieve the success they deserve, while others may stumble into it through luck or privilege. While this truth is harsh, accepting it allows us to focus on controlling what we can, rather than getting frustrated by what's out of our control. Instead of focusing on fairness, direct your energy towards the things you can control: your effort, mindset, and reactions to life's curveballs. Cultivate resilience, because the world will not always give you the outcome you feel you deserve. 2. You are going to die. Death is the great equalizer. No matter how much you achieve, accumulate, or experience, your time on earth is limited. This truth is something many people try to avoid thinking about, but it's inevitable. Coming to terms with your mortality can actually be liberating, motivating you to live fully, appreciate each moment, and make the most of your time. Instead of fearing death, let it remind you to prioritize what really matters. Focus on meaningful experiences, relationships, and personal growth, knowing that you won't get a second chance to live this life. 3. Your excuses are holding you back. We all make excuses for why we aren't achieving our goals or why we can't change our circumstances. The brutal truth is that these excuses are just limitations we impose on ourselves. Often, people fear failure, so they make excuses to avoid taking risks. Unfortunately, excuses only keep you stagnant. Own your decisions and actions. Recognize that personal responsibility is key to progress, and stop blaming external circumstances for your lack of growth. Overcoming the inertia of excuses opens the door to self-improvement and transformation. 4. You will fail, repeatedly. Failure is not only inevitable but necessary for success. The path to achievement is often littered with failures, setbacks, and mistakes. Many people are terrified of failing, but the harsh reality is that failure is one of life's best teachers. If you avoid failure, you also avoid growth. Embrace failure as a part of the learning process. Each setback is an opportunity to improve and come back stronger. The fear of failure should never prevent you from pursuing your goals. 5. No one is coming to save you. It's a common misconception that someone, a partner, friend, or mentor, will come along and rescue us from our problems. While support from others can be helpful, no one can live your life for you. Ultimately, you are responsible for solving your own problems and creating your own happiness. Recognize that you are the author of your own story. Cultivate self-reliance, resilience, and the ability to take control of your life. Empower yourself to make decisions that improve your situation, rather than waiting for external solutions. 6. You can't control everything. Many people spend their lives trying to control outcomes, situations, and even other people. The hard truth is that control is an illusion. You can influence certain aspects of life, but you can't control everything. Trying to do so leads to frustration, anxiety, and disappointment. Learn to let go of the things you cannot control. Focus on your own actions and reactions, because those are the only things truly within your power. Accepting uncertainty can lead to greater peace and emotional stability. 7. People are not thinking about you as much as you think. We often overestimate how much people think or care about us. In reality, most people are far too absorbed in their own lives to spend much time considering yours. This might sound harsh, but it's actually freeing. It means you're not under constant scrutiny and can make decisions based on what's best for you, rather than worrying about judgment from others. Stop worrying about what other people think of you. Make choices that align with your values and desires, because most people aren't paying as much attention as you think. Liberate yourself from the fear of judgment and live authentically. 8. You are not entitled to anything. Entitlement is a dangerous mindset. Some people believe they deserve success, love, or happiness simply by existing. The brutal truth is that life doesn't owe you anything. You have to work for what you want, and even then, there are no guarantees. Shift your focus from what you believe you're entitled to what you're willing to earn. Cultivate a mindset of gratitude and hard work rather than expecting things to be handed to you. 9. Success often comes at a cost. While achieving success is admirable, it often requires sacrifice. Time, relationships, and personal well-being can all be impacted by the pursuit of success. The more ambitious your goals, the more you'll have to give up. This is a difficult truth to accept, especially if you want it all. Before chasing a goal, consider the cost. Be prepared to make sacrifices, but also balance them with self-care and maintaining meaningful relationships. True success is finding a balance that brings fulfillment without burning out. 10. Your relationships won't last forever. As difficult as it is to accept, all relationships are temporary in one way or another. Friendships fade, romances end, and loved ones pass away. The transient nature of relationships doesn't mean they're not valuable, but it does mean that clinging too tightly to permanence can lead to heartache. Value the time you have with people and be fully present in your relationships. Understand that people change, circumstances shift, and it's important to appreciate moments as they come rather than expecting relationships to last forever. 11. You are your worst enemy. Often, the greatest obstacle to your success or happiness isn't external forces, but your own mindset. Negative self-talk, limiting beliefs, and fear of failure can sabotage your progress more than anything else. The brutal truth is that we often stand in our own way without realizing it. Recognize when you're being your own worst critic. Practice self-compassion and challenge your limiting beliefs. Developing a healthier mindset can help you unlock your full potential. 12. Happiness is not guaranteed. Many people grow up with the belief that happiness is something that can be achieved or that it's a permanent state. The truth is that happiness is fleeting and often situational. Chasing constant happiness can lead to frustration and disappointment. Shift your focus from chasing happiness to cultivating contentment and gratitude in your everyday life. Happiness is a byproduct of living in alignment with your values and finding joy in the present moment, rather than a goal in itself. 13. You won't always get closure. Not every situation in life comes with a neat ending. Whether it's a breakup, a failed venture, or the loss of a loved one, we often crave closure that we may never receive. The need for answers or resolution can keep us stuck in the past, but the brutal truth is that closure isn't always possible. Let go of the need for closure in situations where it's out of your control. Accept that some chapters of life will remain unresolved, and move forward without needing every question answered or every wrong righted. 14. People will let you down. No matter how close or reliable people may seem, they will eventually let you down in some way. It's not necessarily because they don't care, but because people are flawed and imperfect. Expectations that others will always meet your needs or behave in a certain way are bound to lead to disappointment. Lower your expectations of others while maintaining healthy boundaries. Accept that people are human and will sometimes fall short. Instead of holding on to bitterness or resentment, focus on forgiving and communicating clearly about your needs. 15. You will never be fully ready. Many people spend their lives waiting for the perfect moment to make a big decision, take a risk, or pursue a dream. The brutal truth is that you will never feel 100% ready. There will always be uncertainty, doubt, and fear. Waiting for the perfect moment is often just a way of procrastinating out of fear. Take action even when you feel uncertain. The truth is that you learn, grow, and adapt as you go. The key is to start, even if you're scared or unsure. Growth comes from doing, not waiting. Finally, facing these 15 brutal truths isn't easy, but avoiding them only leads to denial, frustration, and stagnation. Life is full of harsh realities, but it's also full of opportunities for growth, learning, and self-discovery. The sooner you confront these truths, the sooner you can begin to live with more clarity, purpose, and authenticity. By accepting life's harsh realities, you empower yourself to face challenges head-on, make better decisions, and ultimately lead a more fulfilling life. The truth may hurt, but it can also set you free. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this.